Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. I apologise I've not done any videos lately, but I've been absolutely ridiculously busy with work, and being on your own you will find it's really difficult to film and do the work at the same time. It'll be a really poor video and I don't want to put you guys through that. So who do we have here? So what's your name, and tell us a little bit about you, and then why are you sitting here?
Right, so I'm Steve, my company's called Electricians. I've decided to start a YouTube channel, hence why I got in touch with you, Dean, just to get some help and advice and just a general chit chat really. Full disclosure, we have met once very briefly, didn't we?
Yeah.
Probably 3 years, 2-3 years ago?
Yeah.
Maybe more. But we've not spoken since then, have we? So
it's about that. You were after some advice on taking on an apprentice?
That was right, yeah. So at the time, I think I had Harvey with me.
Yeah.
I think he was just doing a day here, day there. It wasn't like a formal thing as such, it was just going to be an experience.
Yeah.
And the more I looked into it, the more it sort of blew my mind. I was like, should I go down this route or shouldn't I? And I think, oh Christ. So I've been watching your videos. I've also been a fan for probably, how long have you been doing it for? I've been watching, it feels like 4 or 5 years, maybe more.
Yeah.
Certainly COVID time.
It's been about 5 years, but I've not uploaded for about a year. I've got a few ideas of videos coming up soon.
Yeah, 5 years I think I started watching your channel. You had an Apprentice at the time.
Yeah, what one was that?
Well, you've had a couple to be fair.
Yeah.
I think the last, or the one that sticks in your mind most has got to be Adam, hasn't it?
Adam, yeah. He's still my favourite. Sorry, the other Apprentices.
It's hilarious.
But me and Adam had a great relationship. We just used to mess about, and yeah, I'm due to meet him soon. He's doing his own thing now, something to do with finance. I don't know, it bores me. Yeah. But he's doing his own thing. He's happy, and getting on with life. So yeah, we're still good friends. Still keep in touch, and I'll be meeting him soon, I'm sure. How did the apprenticeship go? What was it all about, and did it turn out harder than you thought, or?
So yeah, I mean, to be fair, because of you, Harvey's got a job really, because I was very reluctant.
Harvey owes me a beer.
Harvey? You're listening, Harvey?
Owe me a beer.
So yeah, with all your help and advice and what you told me about it, I was like, yeah, let's do it. I was keen for it. I'd say, I don't want to be down, but I think the disappointing thing is the lack of help government-wise, and really disappointing more than, disappointing and frustrating, I'd put it. You get a very small grant for the 3 years, which I think off the top of my head is about 1,500.
Yeah, you did get a COVID grant now, but you don't think you get it now.
No, I didn't get that.
No.
It was after then. So it's basically £500 a year.
Yeah.
Which covers next to nothing, as you know.
How old is Harvey?
So I was coming up to 20.
So you have to pay him minimum wage now. That's the only.
So he's on minimum wage, which again goes up in April. And the grant basically covers uniform, PPE, and that's practically about it.
Yeah.
But it's been good. It's been a good journey, to be fair. I've enjoyed having him. It's been great having an extra pair of hands.
Yeah. Do you find you get through jobs quicker now? Now he's a bit more competent.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so
100%.
Do you think you're getting your money back now because you're working a bit faster and you're getting more jobs? Do you think so?
Oh yeah, 100%. I had a T-level lad work with me for a year, just doing 1 day a week, and it wasn't until I really had a new, fresh starter that I realised how far Harvey had come. Yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, he really has made serious progress. Yeah. So now he is sort of earning his keep, as you can put it, I suppose. And he's doing really well.
How far is he through his apprentice journey?
So he's on his last year. So when he started with me, he'd done a year at college, but he decided he didn't want to do a full-time college course. Yeah. So he sort of left the college course. So he was already level 2 trained when he joined me. Yeah. So it's almost been fast-tracked a little bit, I guess. Right. Okay. So he's really close to the end now. Yeah. He's got to do his 18th edition AM2 and that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah. Cool. And how far is he through his portfolio?
Ooh, good question. He's done a lot of work, and we've got lots of photos. How much he's wrote up, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. It does keep getting mentioned on the monthly reviews for college. Right. Okay. But he does. To be fair to him, they've just changed their system, so he's got to re-upload everything again, which is really frustrating. But he's doing all right, to be fair. Okay. He's not behind anyway. He's just
good. So he's a good apprentice then.
Good apprentice, great all rounder really. Yeah, he's doing well. And I enjoy having him. You know, it's great to have someone to.
Yeah, it's good having someone there. Is he good with the camera? I've watched a couple of your videos, not many, I'll be honest. I've just been so busy. Nothing to do with you. I've just been so busy.
No, I know how you feel. He's okay with he's a natural to be on camera.
Yeah.
He's a cheeky chappy.
Brilliant.
I'm hoping he's going to be the star of the show, and I could sort of sidestep.
Yeah. Oh, good.
But that's the plan, I suppose. I've just started the YouTube channel, and I think what I didn't realise is how difficult it is and time consuming.
What about it is difficult?
One, the editing process.
Yeah.
And being natural on camera for what, like, I find it very difficult. You go to someone's home and it's quite an awkward situation anyway. Then all of a sudden you're trying to talk and you almost find yourself whispering.
Yeah.
Because you feel a bit. Well, I feel a bit embarrassed. I'd be interested in how you get over that embarrassment in someone's home.
You will get over that. When I was doing, well, I still do YouTube. I've got another channel. I'll tell you all about that in a minute. I do as well. The way I see YouTube is it's like I'm speaking to another person. It's like I'm speaking to a friend right there, and they're sort of taking it in. They're not answering. It's a perfect friend, but yeah, it's just like you're speaking to another person, and it takes a while. I'm not sure if you're through that yet. Before you're like, everything on camera has to be perfect, and you have to like announce yourself properly, and all.
Yeah.
It takes probably, I'd say, a year to feel really relaxed and able to chat to the camera like you're talking to your mate, sort of thing. And you do stumble your words and things like that. But what you was touching on editing, I think about 6 months ago, I went on a YouTube creator collective where YouTube grabs a load of YouTubers together, and we just chat about things. YouTube gives us some feedback and things like that, and we get new ideas and how to grow your channel, things like that. It was all paid for by YouTube. They had a meal and bar and all that. YouTube paid for the whole lot. I mean, come on. They got a few quid, so the one thing I really gained from that, and this is good for you YouTubers, and people who are already doing it will know exactly what I'm on about when I say editing is a very lonely process. You're on your own for hours. It can take. Now I've got it down to fine art. For about a 20-minute video, it can take easily 2 hours, 3 hours. But when you first start, it takes forever. You want to get things perfect, but you do find little shortcuts and ways to make your videos a bit better and a bit quicker to edit. What are you using to edit at the moment?
So I'm on Mac, so I'm using just the iMovie.
Ah, okay.
But yeah. I think my first video, I spent literally a whole weekend, Friday till Sunday evening, for a 15-20 minute video, and it isn't that great. But it's like you say, it's getting over that. I had to have it. Well, it's not perfect, but you think it's got to be perfect. Yeah. And you're just constantly disappointing yourself because it's nowhere near how you imagine it.
Do you know what? People who are watching it won't see that. Well, some of them will, some of them won't. Have you heard of YouTube Police?
I haven't.
This is what I call.
But I can imagine.
If you haven't felt this, you will know this coming up very soon. No matter what you do in the world of being an electrician or whatever, you could do a perfect job, and it can be to regulations and everything. Right? There will always be someone that will pick it apart and say, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that. Why did you do it like that way? Why didn't you do it this way?" And we call them YouTube police, and I do like to wind them up sometimes, and I've done that in a few of my videos.
I can remember one of your videos. I think it was something to do with a socket, and I can't remember it fully off the top of my head because it was a while ago. But I think you and Adam, and if you watch it all the way to the end, you're like, you took the socket off, go joking. It's not even connected. Yeah.
So I'll put up a little snippet of the video right now, and basically what it is I get my dual combi drill, and you know when you see the Earths or CPCs,
that was it,
all twisted up, I've done it with a drill and really tightened them up, and the people absolutely ripped into me, and I loved it. And the good thing is, at the end of the video, there's a little bit of a thing, because what you'll find, people don't watch the whole video. They'll turn off halfway, or when they get annoyed or whatever, they'll turn off. But if you watch the whole video, you'll see it's not even attached to anything. It was a big joke, and the people who ripped into me, they come out looking worse, and it was that's probably one of my favourite videos. Yeah, and you got to wind them up. That's what we call YouTube police. No matter what you do, someone will rip it apart, and it's just
Did it ever bother you though? Did it ever affect you?
I think when I first started, it did affect me because I wanted everything perfect. So I want to be, you know, I took inspiration off people like Thomas Nargi, Nick Bundy, Jordan from Artisan. All these nice guys know their stuff. Chris CJR, yeah, all know their stuff. So I took a lot of inspiration off them. This is something that you'll just get over, and in the end, you think, why do I even bother worrying about these people? One of the people that really helped me on my YouTube start and answered loads of questions, gave me a load of feedback, is Gaz. Do you know Gaz?
From EFIXX.
Yep, EFIXX and GSH Electrical. Gaz is a top guy. He will help you out so much. He helps out apprentices. He helps, if you've got a question, you just fire it over to him. He can help you out, and he really helped me out in how to start my YouTube channel. I had I think about an hour's long conversation with him over the phone. Went to meet him a couple of times, and he gave me a load of tips. And if it weren't for Gaz, I would have messed it up a long time ago. Things what I've done is cut out swearing, things like that. And he's just a good coach, to be honest, yeah. And it's good to have someone like that on your side, where you can sort of bat off each other and just sort of find out what it's all about, sort of thing. So yeah, thanks Gaz, top guy.
Well, you can tell from his videos that he's got a real passion for helping people, hasn't it? Like you can just tell how passionate he is for.
And he is like that. I've known, well, I know him off screen and on screen now, and he's like that throughout his whole life. He's so passionate. He is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and I mean that. I'm not just saying it. He is a nice guy, really passionate about what he's doing, and not only for apprentices but for existing electricians as well. So,
well, hopefully you can pass some of that knowledge and tips down to me.
No, anything you want to know, you know where I am. Editing. What I now use Final Cut Pro. It's supposed to be the best editing software, but it takes a while to get your head around it. Once you get your head around it, it's okay, but it's not very easy to navigate and that.
Right.
You're probably best watching a few videos online and on YouTube and seeing what the best ones are. There's Final Cut Pro, CapCut. When I first started, I used Shotcut, which is a free video, or you got your iMovie or whatever that's called. Yeah, a free one on iPlayer. No, is that iPlayer?
Apple Mac.
Yeah, I've only got an Apple Mac. This is going to annoy so many people. I only use my Apple Mac for editing. So I spent all that money, like about $3,000, just to edit videos. I wanted to do it to level up my editing. The equipment I've got a GoPro Series 9, I think it is, and I've got DJI. These things, DJI. Go 2s, I can't remember what they're called. All the links for all my equipment will be in the description of the video. So that's what I use basically. And the good thing about GoPro is it has automatic stabilisation, so you're doing like that all over the camera. I did notice that on a couple of videos, and you get that on when you're using a mobile phone.
Yeah.
The stabilisation isn't the best, and that people are brutal in YouTube, and they will turn it off because of that. And what you need as well, Gaz told me this, you need good camera, you need good quality sound, because even if you're in pitch black in a loft and you can hear someone perfectly, that makes a difference. And that's what Gaz said to me, that is that thing. So
yeah, one of my videos, it's me and Harvey in the van, and the sound quality is so bad, it's practically unwatchable, to be fair.
Yeah, and people won't watch it, and it is as brutal as that. They will turn you off. Not to say they won't come back to you, they will. How many subscribers you got at the moment?
75 at the minute.
75.
So the target is 1,000.
Yeah, for the monetisation.
So that's the target.
Yeah. It will get over time, and the thing that really annoys me, I've got about 4,200 subscribers now on Dr. Electric. I've got another channel called Travelling Veteran, we'll go over that in a bit. That's got about 700. there's so many people that watch me that don't subscribe, and this is what annoys me. And what you don't realise is, by you subscribing, what that does is it helps the algorithm, and it helps my channel and Steve's channel get bigger and better, and it gets recommended to more people. So it's like a snowball effect. If one person subscribes, then it gets shown to another couple more people, and if a couple more people subscribe, and it just snowballs. Once you get into that snowball, your channel will go big. But you've got to get all these little things sorted, like your camera, your editing, the sound. All that needs to come together. Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there. How about your business? Is it your business?
Yeah, so I run the company. Well, it's my company. I set it up. Again, it was a sort of COVID decision. So was that 5 years now? COVID.
Yeah.
So I decided we wanted a change, and here I am. I set it up. 5 years later, I'm starting a YouTube channel. I've got an apprentice. Things have gone really well, to be fair. Everyone said you're crazy for doing it, especially during COVID. But
yeah.
Same with everyone says it's such a bad idea, and then you just sort of go,
yeah,
you know what, I'm going to give it a go. You put all your time and effort into it, and you get out what you put in, don't you? It really. I've never worked so many hours in my life, to be honest.
Yeah.
That was quite a shock, how many hours I'm working. But although I'm working a lot more hours, I can sort of manipulate them. So
yeah.
Although I might be up till 10, 11 at night some nights doing quotes, invoicing.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
You can then perhaps have a Thursday afternoon off.
Yeah.
Lucky.
What do you use for quotes, invoices and all that?
So I'm using ServiceMate.
Yeah, there's very good comparison between ServiceMate and I use Tradify, and I'm Tradify through and through. I'm not paid by Tradify, they don't pay me any money, but I've used that pretty early in my electrical career, and I've stuck with it. If I didn't have that, then I'd be doing quotes all weekend, literally all weekend. It really helps me. I can do a quote. I've got a couple of bits and pieces to do now. Yeah, paperwork seems never ending sometimes. You know what it's like. So you're saying you finish like 10, 11 o'clock at night?
Some nights, yeah, it's brutal.
No, I try to stop at about 8 or 9 every night, because you need to have time for yourself to sit and watch TV or whatever you want to do, play some games or whatever you can't be working that late. You need to. Mental health is a really important thing, and coming up in May is Mental Health Month, and I'm going to be tackling mental health in my other channel. I know I keep promoting it, but that's where I'm going to be going mostly. Most of my videos are going to be going on there. I always set a cut off, say that time. If any customers contact me, because you get phone calls. I've had them 1 o'clock in the morning. I've had all sorts of phone calls, messages and that, emails during the night, and it's like, no. If they've not spoken to me by 8, yeah, I'll deal with it in the morning. And it's easy as that.
There's definitely an element of people, you can tell they're getting into bed and thinking, oh, I need to contact Steve about something. Yeah. It's like 11 o'clock, ping.
Yeah. My phone's on silent after about 8 o'clock, and that's it. I've got to have that, because I've been honest with you in the past where I've had my PTSD due to army service, and I need to take care of myself, same as everyone else does, regardless of whether or not you've been in the army. And that's what I have to do. I turn my phone off, turn everything off, don't reply to emails after a certain time. If I've got someone keeps calling me, and I know they've got an RCD trip in or something, I'll try and talk them through a fix and get out to them the next day. But I won't be going out to visit them. I just don't offer that type of service, and I don't really want to. Not 24 hours, no. So,
it is difficult, isn't it? It's a one-man band, so to
yeah.
speak. I mean, me and Harvey, we do call-outs. Harvey's just started doing call-outs, but he'll only do basic stuff. But even then, I have to have my phone on
in case
Harvey needs to get hold of me. So it's like I can never really turn it off as such at this point. But in a year or two's time, when he's fully trained, that'll be going off, I should imagine. We'll be taking it in turns.
Yeah. Right, so I've been watching a couple of your videos. The good thing I've seen about your videos is, and a lot of people gave me feedback about this when I started, is you show a job from the start to the finish. You don't cut it and then all of a sudden, the one I've just watched, I think it's your last one, is where you got called out on a Sunday.
Yeah. The
main switch fried up or whatever. I've had that a couple of times. I know you said you've not had it before, but I've had it a couple of times. It's one of them things. You can see they had a shower or 2 showers and possibly loose connection with the main towels. So yeah, not great. But what you do is you show the full video rather than some people show half a video and then they skip to the end. It's all good. They're in the van. And, hey, bye, subscribe and all that. So a couple of things I'd say is what I like is I've got a good intro and outro. Possibly if you want to get them sorted out. I think I paid for my Dr. Electric one, which is this one here. I think I paid about 20-25 quid. So you can get people to make them, and you will be able to do it yourself at some point with your own skills and that. But yeah, also I noticed RCD testing. Do you still do the full test? Well, you did in that video that I saw.
I do sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do it on the one times.
Is there any reason why you do the full test?
More for my own curiosity, really. More than I just interested to see how it's been behaving, knowing that there's been a fault, so to speak.
Yeah.
Installing new stuff, it's always on one times.
Yeah.
But when there's been an issue, especially something overheating, I tend to just run it through its tests.
Yeah. In particular, I think probably the half-time test is quite a good test to do because you're testing or the half load. My brain's fried. I've been working all day. You know
so we're testing
half
15 milliamps something.
Yeah. So it's good to test that to see whether or not it does trip. If it does, then obviously you possibly thinking of 40 RCD, which does happen from now and then. So yeah, I don't do a full test. I just do one time because if it doesn't, again, unless it's fault finding, then I'll do a ramp test as well. That you've done. So I just did one times test. There's no need to do any more. It's been proven on. I think it was Hager that changed the regulations because their MCBs weren't tripping at ×1, so they changed it. No, they weren't tripping at ×5 or something. I can't remember what it. Yeah, they weren't tripping, so they'd done ×1 at 300 milliseconds. They changed the regs. I don't care.
It's amazing how a couple of years ago you tested it this way and then now you have to test it this way. Same with AC and Type A, isn't it? It's just mind blowing how that how things change. I mean, you've been installing these things and it's like I've been selling this and now that's no good, we've got to sell this. But I appreciate why it changes. I mean, there is a reason for it. I suppose I want to know why you've not released an electrical video for such a long time. As a fan, this is coming from a fan. I think I checked 10 months.
It's probably about that time, and I'll say it's. Firstly, I've got another YouTube channel, and I've got about 20 videos banked, ready to go. Not ready to go, but ready to edit. But I've not even had time to edit them. I've not long come back from Mexico. Shortly I'll be going to Ukraine. I was supposed to be there last week, but we had problems with the vehicle, and it's a good time to come into the new channel. So my new channel is called Travelling Veteran. I have mentioned it on this channel so many times now, but you still don't want to subscribe. This is another thing. It's so annoying. This is what I want to do probably for my retirement, if you like. I'm 49 now. I know I don't look it, but this sort of thinking about retirement, and I want to get into that sort of thing. That's why I built this summer house. Great YouTube studio. This is me. A picture there is me in between France and Spain, so it's in the Pyrenees, where we drove a car from Northampton to Gibraltar with about 80 or 90 other veterans. And that's just some of the videos of what I've got coming up. There's another thing which is called extreme day trips. That's a big thing going on now. So go to Italy for a pizza, or go to France for a baguette, or things like that. Yeah, that's what I want to be doing. Firstly, I'm doing that. Plus, second reason I've not uploaded a video is because I haven't had an apprentice, and it's really difficult you're trying to film and you've got a screwdriver or multi-tool, or Delroy does it good, he has a head cam, but I don't like it. I just don't think it looks good. So yeah, it's really awkward when you're on your own. It's better if you've got an apprentice there who can film you and go around and do that sort of thing. But that's the main reason. I know I'm letting you guys down. I really do appreciate the support. A couple of the other videos I'm planning to do on Dr. Electric are going to be apprentice guides to how you can get the best results in exams, and it's not cheating, but different techniques to get you through the exams. And I want to do one on EICRs to show a customer what an EICR is. I've got a video for changing consumer units and it goes into loads of detail, but I want to send them a video of the EICR as well, so I can put them both together and so they can watch it. And that video of the consumer unit change really goes down well with my customers. They can see exactly what they're getting, what it's all about. And what I do is, when I'm there, I tell them about new consumer unit, about the RCBOs, about surge protection. If they haven't got RCDs, then just a bit about what RCDs do and how they prevent faults and things like that. I know as soon as I go out that door, they're going to forget it. That's why I send them a video with the estimate, and it gives them a bit of an idea of what they're going to get and what it's all about.
So is that video published? Because that's something that anyone can watch, or is it?
Yeah, what one?
The consumer unit one.
Yeah, that's
so that's out there to watch, is it?
Yeah, it's been out there for.
So I've probably watched it.
Right, yeah, it's been out there for about 18 months now. Again, I've filmed it at a house where changing consumer unit, the customer was happy. It is awkward trying to talk on camera, as you said, when you've got a customer in the background or in the other room, and it's like you're talking to yourself. I just say, look, just ignore me, and I always get permission. Unfortunately, there's been a couple of videos I've had to pull off because customers have got permission, but then got a bit umpy with me, if you like, and complained, and then said I filmed them without consent, and all. It's like, yeah, okay, you can't please everyone.
You've got to be so careful, haven't you? You're not getting photos in.
Oh yeah.
Door numbers, reg numbers.
Yeah. I'm really careful with that. So
there's so much to consider, isn't there? And then as well. So I don't know about you, but obviously I book in my jobs, and I've only got a set time to do these jobs.
Yeah.
So let's say it's a jobbing day. I've got 3 or 4 jobs. Yeah. Small jobs, but you still only got a time slot, and then you start getting your camera set up, pulling your mics out, and it's like the time's ticking away. It takes ages. It's hard to believe, but it takes such a long time just to get to that point.
You don't appreciate that. I know some of you do, but you need to understand that filming videos, editing videos and all that does take time, and that's the customer's paying you to be there to do a job. Customer not being there, or you're not there to set up your equipment, you're there to do a job, and that's it. So when I do film videos, I'm lenient with the time. If I spend an hour extra, I'm obviously not going to charge the customer an hour extra. So, videos are good for about 20 minutes. I've noticed the one I watched a minute ago is around about 20 minutes. People will switch off otherwise.
When you first set up YouTube, what was your driving for? Why did you set up a YouTube channel?
I didn't want to do it. I'm not going to lie to you, I did not want to do it. I know I was going to get hassle from people. I know I was going to get people having to go at me saying, you're doing this, doing that, and I was like, oh, I can't be bothered with all that. But it was Adam that pushed me through. And after speaking to Gaz, I decided to go with it, and it was good. We had a good few videos. Me and Adam, we got about 100 videos out, and that just goes to prove how easier it is with someone else. So 100 videos. Surprising how fast that goes. We're doing one a week. One thing I'd say is you're good to get. You should get a bank of about 10 videos, and then you've always got 10 upcoming. So once a week, something like that, and you should upload at the same time every week.
Okay.
On your analytics, it will say when people are watching your videos, what day, what time. A good thing to do is like Saturdays or Sundays. People are going to be sitting there, nothing to do, they're going to watch a video. Or if they know your videos come out on a Sunday, that's when they're going to do it, watch the video. And you will find they'll do them. You'll get some that will watch it straight away as soon as it comes out. But you'll get some people have it that's what you do all afternoon, sit and watch YouTube videos.
I mean, I set up the YouTube channel probably 2 or 3 years ago, and I didn't have any videos till January. So that's how long. That's how long I've been saying I'm going to do it. And then I had all these intentions of, like you say, recording loads, putting loads in the bank, releasing one a week. And genuinely, I wanted to do that. It wasn't, but the work that's involved, that's the thing that's... And I even used, on one of my videos, I used Fiverr. And they did all the titles, and they made it look way better than what I could ever do at this point. But there was still so much going to and fro with the emails. Yeah. So the reason I did it was to save me time, so I wasn't losing a weekend of editing, because I'd sooner spend it with my family, like anyone else would. But so I sent it to Fiverr, and they were good, don't get me wrong, but there was so many toing and froing of emails. So I suppose if you're going to do that, it's probably best to find someone that knows a little bit about the trade, which probably doesn't exist. Yeah. Someone that understands the audience and everything else, which I'm not sure exists. But
yeah, this is the thing. I didn't want to do that because it is very expensive. I'm not sure what you pay, but it is very expensive because you pay per minute or per 15 minutes or whatever you pay, but it does work out quite expensive. I thought about that. I'm going to be sending emails backwards, forwards, do this, do that. I might as well do it myself. And that's why I just carry on just doing it.
It really didn't save me any time.
Yeah, it did.
It cost me, I think it's like between 40 and 50 quid.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't spend that every week.
No. What you'll find is you'll be losing a lot of money when you start. When I was at the height of my releasing, so let's say when Adam was with me, say like a year ago, I was only making about £60 a month, so that goes to show how much you make. So for a month I'd be doing 4 videos. I'd probably be editing probably about a whole day, I'd say, for them 4 videos, maybe even 2 days. So that goes to show how much effort goes into it. That's a lot of effort, and pound for pound, it's not worth it. You won't get.
No, not at all.
It takes a long time to be where like Bundy is. Jordan, where all these people are, and you're not going to be a millionaire overnight. And Gaz told me that as well. He said there's much more ways to make money. You can work for a living. The good thing that I found on YouTube is the videos, once they're up there, they keep making the money. So my videos are still getting the good watch time. So I'm still getting a little bit of money from, not as much as I should be getting, but you know, I don't put the time in. It's easy as that. I just don't have time. I really don't have time. Also, I've gone that. I say I don't have time, but I only work 4 days a week now. I've taken Fridays off when I can. Sometimes you've got.
So what do you do on a Friday now then?
I was struggling to edit the videos, and I was going to take a day to edit the videos, but now I do that. Do quoting stuff in that day, so I do struggle. I do a couple of quotes, run out and take a look at a few jobs. And using Tradify, I'm not sure what Surface Mate is like, but it's much easier to get your quotes done on paper. And I've got things like, there's always paperwork. There's always paperwork to do. Yeah. I've got so many certificates and things to do between now and the weekend. I always say to customers, you know it by the weekend, any invoice and that.
So you still doing the same work as what we've been seeing on your videos for the last 4 or 5 years? Has anything changed, or is it still...
I'm still doing a lot of domestic, but I have recently taken on a load of the churches in Northampton.
Okay.
And I'm doing medical centres a lot, so it's a lot more commercial work I'm getting into now. I've just done, about 2 weeks ago, I've done my IPAF licence for the scissor lift and boom, 3AM, 3B or so, I can't remember. So yeah, I'm getting more commercial work, but the only problem with that is churches and medical centres required to have £5 million public liability, which will be costing me about £400 a year extra. So what the things I've got to do is I've got to put that on their bill, so they pay more than a regular customer would, and it's just the way business works. Difference between domestic and commercial. Domestic, it's easier to deal with the people, but the work can be more harder. You got to get through walls, you get cable from here to there, and whatever you got to do. You got to try and make it look really neat. Problem with commercial is, as Adam put it, you get people problems. so you can't turn off the power. There's a locked cupboard that you can't get into because the guy who's got the key is not in today. Or this is a problem with commercial. It's people problems, and you got members of the public walking about. If you're in a medical centre, you got to make sure your stuff is all pucker and above board. You can't just leave your tool bag there and there's kids about. I mean, you might even have to have 2 people on the job just for that job, just to keep an eye on the stuff while you go to the van or someone goes to the van. And that's what people don't realise. But then they pay more money, so you know.
You can even have issues of signing in, can't you, to get onto sites?
Yeah, you got to sign in. You got.
There's a very large retailer that I used to go to, and you could be sat in the reception for an hour. It's like before you even get in there. It's like, but how do you? That was when I was working for myself. But how do you price for that? It's how do you even? Do you have to? Would you quote for that, or do you add it on afterwards?
Well, the way I would do that is, if I do a job and I know it's going to take X number of days, say like 2 days, and I'm sitting there for an hour, and because I'm sitting there for an hour, I'm not able to get it done in 2 days, then they're paying for a return visit. And it's as easy as that. Or sometimes you can't foresee what's going to come. So I only give estimates. I don't give quotes anymore, just estimates, because you don't know when you take that socket cover off what's going to be there, or where the cables are going to go, could be going diagonally, whatever. You never know what's coming. So I only give estimates. Yeah, you just hand it on. So, and I've had very rarely people will complain about it. You'd always get someone that does, but if you put it to a customer in the right way to say this and that, because of this, that and that, that's why it took a bit longer than I thought, then usually most customers are fine, you know, no problem at all.
So if you're working in churches now, they'd make great videos, wouldn't they, surely?
Yeah, I've got a job coming up. I've got to do, I think I might have to have an apprentice with me or something. I've got to do this. It's about 10 metres high. I'm only insured up to 10 metres high, and I think 3 metres down. I think that's the standard what most people have. So yeah, I've got to get right up high in a scissor lift. It's going to be a really good video. I'm sure I'll be able to film, and it'd be interesting seeing what churches are about, because I don't think anyone's ever done a church. I don't think I've seen any videos of people doing churches. It's going to be really, let's see, it might not even come off these couple of videos what I've got coming up, so they've still got to accept the quote. And this is a problem doing churches, and where you need scissor lifts, things like that. It bumps the price up, you know, by easily a couple of grand on top, because you've got to hire the equipment in. Have you had any problems like gone through pipes or anything like that previously?
I've only ever gone through one water pipe, and that was in my own house, believe it or not.
I've gone through...
You seem to be a bit less careful in your own home, don't you, sometimes?
Yeah. I've gone through 2 water pipes. Once on my own, or in my house, same as you. But this is before I was even an electrician. So we lifted carpets up, and I could notice the floor was really squeaky. I was like, oh, come on, let's sort this out. Get me old power drill, done, yeah. It did not squeak. I walked over it backwards and forward, it did not squeak. Oh, it was brilliant. I've got a cup of tea on, sit and watch some TV. Then my missus comes in and said, why is the water coming from the light? From the light bulb, she said. Light bulbs, yeah. And I went through a pipe. Not just once, twice. But it didn't squeak anymore. So, you know, luckily we all know a plumber. So got him to come out and help me out with that. So, and also I went through Adam's house, Adam, my apprentice. I was just drilling in some downlights, I think. I can't remember now. I was drilling through, and there was a PVC pipe just above, straight through, and I was having a shower. Adam was standing there next to me. He's like, don't worry about it. Happens. So, he is pretty chill. But I was like, what? I'll be going crazy. So yeah, we just turned off power and just got some speed fit on it, and all done. And today, I might not have even been here today. Today I went through a gas pipe. I know, yeah. The first time it was, so you know the new floorboards where you don't have the planks, you have you get the big floorboards, like massive things. So to get through them, you need to get a big hole saw and go through and all that. And there was a pipe just underneath. I pulled it off and I saw, oh, well, that was a bit close to that pipe. And then I had a little look. There's no water coming out. Brilliant. I've got away with this one. In a little bit, I think, oh, I can smell it. Yeah, it smells like gas, doesn't it? But it was the tiniest little thing. I was like, oh, God. And I weren't sure whether or not I'd done it, I nicked it or not, whether I just grazed it. So I just wet my finger and put it on there, and there was bubbles coming out. So I was like, yeah, okay, let's turn the gas off. But the customer was brilliant. It's one of them things, and you probably had this as well. How many people have gone through cables and you get called out, tradespeople, things like this happen, and we all help each other out. And the gas safe engineer didn't rip me off, and really top guy, and now I'm going to give him a load of work anyway, so perfect.
So this is why you should be recording, because apparently these videos go viral.
I'll go back there and see if I can redo it, shall I?
So if you go on my channel and you see a water leak,
yeah,
I've done it intentionally.
Yeah, so I got away with that one, but it did cost me a few quid. Luckily, because the guy didn't rip me off, he was such a top guy. Not sure if he's watching this, but he's a top guy you are. It
does happen, doesn't it? Sometimes it's just luck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because, like I say, with the plastic pipe, you've got no idea where they're going to be sometimes.
No.
And you can sort of be logical as you like. You think, oh, there's the radiator. The pipe's going to be running this. And they're not always how you think they're going to be.
This gas pipe was on the opposite side of the building to where the incoming gas supply is, and the incoming gas supply only goes to the boiler and the hob. I think they had a hob, I'm not sure. But it was literally right next to the gas supply, and it was like I was on the opposite side of the house. So why was the gas? Maybe they moved the gas. I don't know, but yeah, it didn't make sense. So.
Well, you think about how many times you've done a job and you've seen a pipe and go, "Oh, that was lucky."
Yeah.
There's been loads of times, but I've just had that luck where I've not.
Yeah, this time it wasn't, unfortunately, but there we go. So what have you got coming up on your channel?
So what I was going to ask you about, something I'm revisiting again, is EV chargers. Now again, everyone's told me I'm mad, so apparently there's no profit in it, which there isn't really, is there? Because there's a big energy company that's taking over by storm. Yes,
I'm glad you said this. There is an energy company. Is it named after an animal? Oh, or should we not say that?
I don't know if we should say it.
Okay.
But they've swam right in.
There are companies, and this really annoys me, to be honest with you. There are companies installing EV chargers and they're not making profit out, like supermarkets do, where they sell things at a cheap. Well, we're not making any money because they know you're going to be in the store, so they make money elsewhere. These energy companies are installing EV chargers at a loss because they know you're going to use their electric to charge it. So it's not good though, is it? I don't think it's...
Well, yes, how do you compete with that?
You can't.
So what I'm thinking is, this is my business plan, and everyone else tells me I'm mad. So I've actually spoken to my local wholesaler, who obviously give us discounts anyway, but for anything EV, they're going to go even further, give me a higher discount where they're practically making not a huge amount. I'll still be getting the same discount for every other product, but if it's an EV job, they're going to give me more percentage off. And I'm going to try and price match the big energy suppliers.
Really? Can you do that?
I don't know. There won't be a lot of profit in it.
No.
But hopefully it'll pay the bills. There'll be no profit whatsoever. And I'm counting on getting further work from the customer.
Yeah.
That's what I'm counting on.
When I do EV chargers, so this is where I earn my money, and sorry if it's a surprise to all your customers. I've got an hourly rate, and then I price 40% on top of materials. That's the way I do it. If you put 20% on an EV charger, you're charging them about £1,000 easy for an EV charger, plus the time to fit it, so half a day even, plus any materials like extra consuming or whatever you need extra. What I usually do is I say to the customer, you get the charger and I'll just fit it, because they're not going to pay the extra for that. Nowadays with Google and Amazon and all that, they're just going to Google bits and pieces and see that they can get the charger a lot cheaper. But I do fit EV chargers, but not that often. It's not one of my biggest things. I think my biggest earners are consumer unit changes, and so you get a consumer unit change. It's not just a consumer unit change. You've got EICR, remedials, and then consumer unit change. Yeah. So you get a couple of days work there, and it's a fair few quid. And I'll make quite a bit of money on that, so I'm happy with that. Do you test EV chargers?
Yes.
Why do you test it?
Are you talking testing the EV charger to the vehicle, or testing like for the air fault, RCD testing?
Testing the EV charger. You know, we get all these test machines and leads and all that.
Yeah. So, I've got the Mega. Is it 1741 plus?
Mm-hmm.
So I've got the EV lead, so we can test the air fault. We can test the DC 6 milliamp DC RCD in the board, in the charger itself. We can test the RCD at the main consumer unit, and then obviously you go through your different states of charge, it calls for charge, etc, etc. So in theory it's as good as plugging it into a car, as well as testing all the safety features.
Yeah, some people do test, some people don't. I'm in the camp of not testing. Obviously I do all the regular tests of installing a new circuit and RCD, R1, R2, ZE, ZS, so the regular tests that you'd do for any circuit, but I don't test the EV charger itself. And this is coming from Gaz, and I can quote Gaz on this, he won't care. If you buy a TV and put it on the wall and plug it in, you don't test it. It's out of the box and it's there ready to go. If it doesn't work for whatever reason, then you just send it back, you get a new one. Easy as that. You don't, as an electrician, you don't really need to test that side of things. I know a lot of people do, and people are going to complain, and I don't really care. Save your comments, I'm not really bothered. But I don't test it. Let me know what you do. Let me know constructively if you can, without effing and jeffing. What do you do? Why do you do it? And am I wrong in my thinking? Put me right. So.
Well, I'm doing an EV install on Friday, because I'm now installing the. Have you heard of BG Sync?
Yeah.
So they've now had a bit of a jiggle around and rebranding as Sync Energy. I think I've got that right.
Okay.
So that's going to be my go-to. So this is my first Sync Energy charger, which I'm installing on Friday.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be hopefully releasing a video on that where I will be going through the testing, the install, and then and I'll let you know what I think about the charger itself.
Yeah.
So what I've tried to do is I've become an approved installer for them, and an approved installer for Simpson and Partner. I don't know if you've heard of them.
No.
They're not as well known, but they're a small, like a wooden box one, which are more of a premium looking, should I say.
Right.
So they're going to be my two chargers I'm sort of competing with other installers, because obviously the big national energy companies have got their chargers, and I'm trying not to use those, to offer an alternative but be in the same price ranges is the plan.
What's your recommended EV charger?
I've done a couple of Simpsons. They're really nice, really simple, customers like them. I've done Hypervolt.
Yeah.
They're a good charger to install, and the customers like.
They look good. Hypervolt looks good.
It does, yeah. I've done a couple of Andersons.
Wow.
They're premium.
Yeah.
Premium. They were nice. They're certainly nice looking. I think that's the difficulty when people ask for your advice on them. It's like it's almost a bit like, what do you prefer, PC or Mac?
Yeah.
Are you Apple or Samsung or Xbox, PlayStation?
My question to customers that are asking me for EV charge recommendations are, what are their intentions with the property? Are they going to get solar? Are they going to get battery power? Are they going to get rid of the gas totally, or whatever they're going to do? I like to recommend a Zappi EV charger, because Zappi's work really well with a lot of renewable energies and overnight charging, things like you can set routines to charge. I'm sure you do that with most of them now.
I think they're all gone that way now. Yeah.
What's your worst EV charger to install? I'll tell you mine. Well, you don't have to say it.
Yeah, I've not done one for a while, a long time, but they were quite notorious for being pretty rubbish.
Okay. Are they white and green?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're going to say. It was white and green. My worst is, I don't install these anymore, is the Tesla charger. I don't install them.
I've got one coming up.
Because, why don't I install them? Do you know why?
I'm guessing, if it's anything like what I've been looking at, is the pen fault.
Yeah.
It's not in the charger.
Yeah.
So you have to have a special board for it.
Yeah, you have to have a separate Garrow board for Garrow pen fault detection device. And why one of the biggest companies in the world hasn't updated their chargers? They've had these for a good few years now. I remember when they first come out, before the 18th edition Amendment 2 come out? Well, no, Amendment 1, wasn't it, where they brought in EV charging, where they brought in pen fault. Yeah, why they haven't updated their chargers to current regulations, and I don't install them. I don't install Tesla chargers, and I don't install BG balls. I don't install them, full stop. If you want that installed, you need to go somewhere else, or if you come here with a BG consumer unit and you want it changed, go somewhere else. It's just my preference.
Are they that bad? Have you ever installed them?
No, I'm not saying don't buy them. I'm just saying I won't install them. Sorry.
I was going to say, I've never installed a BG board. I think they get a lot of bad rap because a lot of BG boards we go to work on are an absolute bird's nest, aren't they? They've been bodged in a lot.
Obviously, that comes down to the installer. But I've found that when I put BG boards on, when I put the cover on, the cover never goes on. It can, no matter what you do, the cover never goes on. It's just like you're sitting there. I just don't like it.
So what's your go-to board?
It's a FuseBox. I've got one up there in my summer house. Yeah. FuseBox doesn't let me down. Actually, it did. The other week, the DIN roll holder just fell off. I was literally knocking in the holes. Yeah, they just push out, and it just knocked the DIN rail holder out, and I had to re-drill it and put a nut and bolt in it. Luckily, the customer was a good mate of mine, and he was happy with that. And I was in the middle of nowhere, so I couldn't get a replacement. Yeah, so I like FuseBox. A lot of people will have a go at FuseBox and say, "Oh, they're only here for 2 minutes and they'll be gone." They're still here, for, 2 years later. They are updating their products all the time. They've now got two-way RCBOs, dual. What do they call them?
Bidirectional.
I couldn't think of the word. Dual way. Yeah, you know.
Same thing.
Yeah, so they got bidirectionals. They've got all your SPDs, got everything you want in them. Really
so
good.
I've just gone to FuseBox myself.
Yeah.
I've probably installed about 10 now. I was with Luden before. I was with them. That's
pretty
what I was
similar.
I like Luden. Literally, my wholesaler stopped. In fact, Screwfix started stocking Luden, and my wholesaler stopped stocking it. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but and they started stocking FuseBox, and so I thought I'll give one a go because everyone's raving about it, and all the people on YouTube are fitting them.
Yeah.
And I do prefer it. It seems solid. It's more solid metal wise.
It is.
Technically, I'm not sure if it's any good or not. I don't know. I assume so.
Yeah.
But to install it, brilliant. And I like the fact that they're innovating. They've brought out. Have you fitted one of the back plates for the? So you can extend it off the wall a bit and backfeed the cables. They do like a.
No, do they?
Yeah, it's really good to be fair.
I never heard that. I might have to look.
If you go on the website, they've got all the back plates, and then you've got the ones if you want to sink it into a wall as well. So yeah, that's kind of things that impress me. And people don't just sit still on it; they keep innovating and bringing stuff out.
So it's been great seeing you here, Steve. How have you liked this video? Do you want us to do another catch-up video in a couple of months or whatever? Just let us know. Do you want us to both go out on site? I can go to one of these jobs, I'm not fussed, and we can do a job together. I wouldn't mind that actually, maybe we'll do that.
Unless it's a Tesla charger.
No, I'm not doing that. Not doing that.
Well, if you need help with the churches, let me know.
Yeah, let you know. That'd be a good job, that.
Interested in that.
You good with heights?
I'm alright, yeah.
I hate heights. You can go up, I'll film. I absolutely hate heights. What am I doing? So yeah, if you've got any ideas what you want us to do, don't forget to check out my other channel, Travelling Veteran. And make sure you subscribe to Steve's channel, which is
Multi-Electrical Services.
Multi-Electrical Services. There will be a link to his channel at the end of this video, so stay tuned and you can go straight to it from there. In the meantime, because Steve's watched all my videos, he knows the outro, and it is, see if I can remember it now, like,
subscribe,
comment. Let's try that again. Take 2.
You need Adam back.
With his annoying voice, Adam. So it's like, comment, share, prescribe.